Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com, and let's talk about the lower price way to learn how to day trade. And this comes from a comment that was received on another YouTube video. So, quick little side trail, please leave comments. Not only do I read comments and interact with them, sometimes they spur on ideas such as this, which I think is going to be a very, very helpful video, especially for those of you looking to try to go about this in the lowest price way possible. So, this person says to me, stating the facts that so people know they will need to spend lots of money on accounts to learn this game so they are aware. So, kind of a mouthful there, but at the core, I agree with what this person is saying. Day trading is hard, and part of learning is doing dumb things, losing money, all of that. So, you are going to spend a lot of money on learning to day trade. Now, this is where we could part ways here and go to a couple different pathways. I'm going to go down a pathway that I disagree with, but for the sake of just advancing the conversation, then, I'm going to go down the pathway. But I would argue that the most cost efficient way is to invest into some structured education, a learning program, a course, something like that. And just so you know, this is not empty rhetoric. This is what I did before I got into real estate investing. I did this video and I basically broke down every item I invested in, and the grand total came out to just underneath $5,000. So I do sincerely believe that the best way to approach learning anything is to just invest into a structured learning program. But I know there's the thought process out there of, no, Clay, I would never spend a penny on anything like that because it's all for free on YouTube. It's all for free on the internet. Why would I spend that? Okay, fair enough. Although we'll just have to disagree, but we will go down that pathway. So that is the mindset. That is the approach we are now taking. The person that refuses to spend a dime on anything else, they're just going to teach themselves. Okay, fair enough. So on that note, this person is saying, which again is true, hey, learning to day trade is hard. Learning to day trade is going to require a lot of money. You're going to have to spend money. All those things are true. So my question posed to this person, and my question posed to you too, as somebody that's going to teach themselves, is this. My question to you, would you rather a whoops, that was a good learning experience, cost you $1,000 or $100? And despite what you may think, I promise you, and if anybody wants to provide any cover fire in the comment sections, you will do dumb things as a trader. You will have those whoops. That was a good learning experience. You're going to have those. But what I want to look at now is looking at the exact same mistake. So the mistake, exactly the same. Now, there's going to be something else within the situation here that's different, but the mistake itself, the whoops, that was a good learning experience, is the exact same thing. So if you use your money, that could very realistically cost you $1,000. And no, I would never let it cost me $1,000. Okay, maybe it's 500, maybe it's 700, but it could very, very realistically cost you a good chunk of your money. But there is another choice that you can make that again, same exact mistake, same exact everything would only cost you $100. So how can this be the case? How can you have the same exact mistake, the same exact learning experience? One situation costs you $1,000 of your money. The other situation costs you $100 of your money. And that's where a prop firm comes into play. So let me show you how this actually works. So here we are looking at a prop firm, and there are many prop firms out there. I shouldn't say many, but there's a variety out there, but I want to focus on the one that I use and that I would recommend. And also make sure that you use the link. I'll put it down in the description box, claytrader.com/take profit, because that'll ensure you get these discounts that you're about to see here. Now, the promotions are always differing. So whatever you see here, it may not necessarily be the case if you're watching this video, 6 months from now. But again, just be sure to use that link because that'll ensure you get the deal that's being run at, that moment in time. So basically a prop firm is this. You are purchasing an account, you're purchasing buying power, and then you have to go and prove yourself. But if you do something stupid and you have a mistake, you have a whoops, that was a good learning experience, it will only cost you the cost of the account. So let me just kind of go in here, and like I said, if you go to the site, it'll walk you through how prop firms work, all that stuff. But right here, we have the numbers here and the prices. So for explanation's sake, let's say you choose to purchase $50,000 worth of buying power. It would cost you $85. Again, that is using the current promo code. So for $85, you are getting $50,000 worth of buying power. But that's besides the point, because what we're concerned about is what is the cost of this account? The cost of the account is $85. So so not really when, but, or not if, but when you have one of those, whoops, that was pretty stupid. If you're using your own money, like I said earlier, that could realistically cost you $1,000, $800, $500. But in this situation, what would it cost you? It would cost you, well, $85. That account in, prop firm language would be blown up. You would have failed the evaluation phase, and it is what it is. Now you can always start back over again, but as far as this exact account would be concerned, you would have failed. But we're going back to the learning lesson here. So same exact learning lesson, same exact mistake. One of these cost you 500, 600, 700, maybe more. Could be more than 1,000. The other one, same exact learning experience, costs you $85. And that is where prop firms are a very, very helpful tool in learning how to trade. They give you longer survivability because the same exact learning lessons cost you way, way less. And you're going to have those, especially when you go down the pathway of, I want to learn, I want to teach myself how to do it. Okay, you're going to have a whole lot of those. Whoops, well, hey, I learned something from that. And I would rather have hey, I learned something. I would rather have that lesson cost you $85 compared to 500, 1,000, maybe even more. And again, for anybody with experience, your mind can do crazy things. You can lose your mind. You can go on what's called tilt, and you can just behave so irrationally. And when the dust has settled, you could be looking around saying, how did I just lose that amount of money? I was only down some number, and that number is really small, but now I'm down this number, and that number is so much bigger. And I understand most people show up, myself included, when I got started. No, I would never let that happen to me. I would never just I would walk away. I hear what you're saying, and maybe you can do that, but why don't you err on the side of caution? That way, in case you don't do that and you do lose your mind, it still would only be costing you $85 or whatever the cost of the account would be. So that is something where if you want the lowest price way to learn, seriously consider using prop firms, because we're all going to make mistakes. It's just a question of how much does that mistake ultimately cost you. And with prop firms, that cost is going to be a whole lot less than when you're using your own money and you lose your mind. And in my mind, it is a no-brainer from a cost efficiency standpoint to just at least try the prop firm route. And if you don't like it, okay, that's fine. But at least, like I said, you're giving yourself the longest survivability possible. And then just to do some very quick math here, and maybe you already have kind of connected these dots, but how many mistakes could a prop firm afford you? Well, if one mistake with your own money costs you 1,000, right? But then 1,000, or one mistake with a prop firm costs you 100. If we divide that out, we get what? We get 10. So in other words, $1,000 could purchase 10 good quality learning experiences in the world of prop firms. But if you're using your own money, that $1,000 gives you one quality learning example. It gives you one, whoops, that was a good learning experience. And then that speaks for itself. I think, I can speak for most people, I think there's a better bang for your buck getting 10 quality learning lessons for $1,000 as opposed to one. So that is ultimately the power that I would argue prop firms gives you. You just get a better bang for your buck for those, whoops, well, that was a good learning experience, which we're all going to, we're all going to suffer through. So again, make sure you use the link to get the prop firm with that discount. I'll put a link in the description box. And again, just claytrader.com/take profit. But I also want to personally invite you to get signed up for this free live webinar that I'm offering. When is the next live class? Well, if you go to the link there that you see on the screen, or if you just go down, I'll put in the description box, that'll tell you when the next live class is. But this is a class that'll show you how I build consistency, how I manage risk, and give you a good solid framework to which you can work from. A lot of beginners show up, and I've been around since 2013, so this is not some sort of fly-by-night operation. I've worked with a lot of traders. I've seen a lot of traders, and a lot of people show up, and they don't quite have the proper understanding, which makes sense when you're new and you don't know what you don't know. That can come with it. But this class is designed to give you a solid framework, make sure you're approaching the market in a way that's going to make the most sense and put you in the best spot to succeed. So definitely get signed up for it. So I hope this helps. I hope this can kind of open your eyes and, just kind of see another way that you can approach the markets. Because yes, trading is hard. You're going to spend money one way or the other. So if you're going to spend it on the whoops, that was stupid. Hey, at least I learned something. Let's get the best bang for your buck, which is where those prop firms are coming into play. And as I started the video talking about, please leave comments. I read them. I interact with them. So again, comment down below if you have questions, if you have suggestions for other videos, and you never know what that could spur on. And then please hit the like button. And if you're looking for a super easy and free way to support the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, because hitting the subscribe button really does help out quite a bit. So thanks for watching. Take care.